welcome to Camping Oz with Pete. My wife Shez and I have taken 3 months off work to do a quick dash around Australia. Well, that was what the plan was, but unfortunately, due to some medical issues going on, we've had to cut our trip down to a 2-month dash around Australia. So please, come along for the ride and see what we can get up to in 2 months. We had a great time in Esperance, really enjoyed the vibe down there and really do look forward to coming back again one day. Unfortunately, on this occasion, we were not able to do everything we wanted to do. But with Cheryl's condition not really improving, we needed to start making some serious tracks towards home. So as you leave Esperance and about 100 kilometres north, you'll come across these incredible green lakes just scattered across the countryside. I sent the drone up to get a bit of footage for you and have a look. Hope you enjoy it. So we've just made it to Norseman. Norseman is our last little grocery shop. Just going to top up a few little things, some milk and bread and so forth. So we're just leaving Norseman. As you're leaving Norseman, heading west to east, you got this BP service station. That's your last chance fuel for about 200 kilometers to Baldania. So definitely make sure you fill up.
Well, this is Madura. We have reached our final destination for the day. This is where we will be stopping for our last fuel, and then hopefully we can find a peaceful, quiet area, not too close to the road, so that we can actually pull over for the night and then head off in the morning again. Try to get a sunset, but now that we're actually in this valley, not so sure if it's going to work out.
So here we are, we've rolled into camp about 20 kilometers down from Madura. We've come about 20 kilometers down the road and we've found this place called, what was it again, Shay? Mudini Bluff Rest Area. Nice and quiet. Got toilets here as well. We get some dinner cooked. Alright, so we're crossing over into the South Australia border tomorrow, and we're not allowed to take all of our fruit and veg and everything over there, so we've got to go through it and sort it out tonight. So Cheryl's come up with this little idea to make a lovely fruit salad for dessert, to get rid of our oranges, apples and our last couple of strawberries we've got left. Not sure what she's going to do with this avocado. For precaution, we're just going to, we've bagged them up, we'll use them in a dip. And what else have you done, Cheryl? Oh, she's used some of the tomatoes into a, made like a big omelette that she cuts into pieces, and then we just nibble on the omelette in the car as we're travelling down the road. Anyway, should be fun eating this later and tomorrow. Hey, Shay.
Absolutely.
We woke up early this morning, earlier than expected, so we thought we'd get going early from Mudini Bluff. Oh, we're probably about 80 kilometres, 100 kilometres up the road, and just pulled into this rest area here to grab a bit of a quick stretch. And I tell you what, right along this Nullarbor, you're not short of the air highway, not short of rest stops. There are heaps of them here. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful morning, nice and cool. We have made it to the South Australian border. Now this isn't the checkpoint. The checkpoint is about another few hundred kilometres down the road. But the actual border is just here. So there's no requirement to stop here. So we've now crossed into South Australia and we're on the Great Australian Bight. This is the marine park. So we're on the edge of Australia. I hope the wind noise isn't too much for you. But look at those views. There's my old salty sea dog there doing her best work.
So we've just passed Eucla this morning and driven into South Australia. We've just crossed the Western Australia South Australia border, but not the actual checkpoint. We're still heading for that. This is the Great Australian Bight Marine Park.
Well, there's Zeus ready to go again and Scout. Now we've got all the warranty claims and everything sorted out. Scout is absolutely running wonderful now. Zeus, however, if you remember us back in Mataranka, we had some air conditioning issues. So this is what Zeus sounds like at the moment when you start him up and that air conditioning motor starts turning, and that's with the aircon off. We don't actually have any aircon at the moment. Now it's approximately 1100 kilometres from Norseman to Ceduna across the air highway, and I reckon there's around 600 to 700 kilometres of just lovely straight roads. Come along for a little ride and experience just a little taste of the air highway. Little female dingo, looks like it's not long had pups. And where do we find the dingo? The Nullarbor Roadhouse. Where else?
Well, there you go. Zeus and Scout all nice and clean after their bath. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're even getting a wipe down. Oh, they're being spoilt. Zeus definitely deserves it. Well, there's Pete doing the deed that he graciously does. Thank goodness for that. He's been amazing at doing that. Seems to be a bit of a queue up for the dump point. Finished all your man chores?
On my man chores. Got somewhere clean to dirty.
Very well put. Where we're heading off to now?
I believe it's the showgrounds at Streaky Bay. And there's an old field there you can camp on for the night. I think it's a donation one. We've got to fill out a form.
What you doing, Pete? Did I hear you say it might be raining?
We've got to cook outside. So I've got to cover the barbecue to cook on. Good thing the old bushwhacker's tough, eh? There you go, present for you. Hold that. Oh, let's get this out before the rain comes. Can't go wrong with that.
Where you go?
I'm going to move forward a bit. Aren't you glad you married a clever man? So we headed off from Streaky Bay about lunchtime today, and we've rolled into this recreational reserve called Pildappa Rock. Pildappa Rock is about 15 kilometres from a little town called Minippa. They've got these beautiful views looking out over the valleys and mountains, over the wheat fields. Lovely clean toilets here. I don't know. You're recording? Alrighty.
Well, howdy folks. We have reached our destination for today. We are at the Port Augusta Port Augusta Motorhome Park. It is $10 per night per vehicle, which is even better than what it was the previous night. And have a look at Port Augusta. Mountains in the background, wind farm, and then plenty of sites for caravans. And over there is the dump point, and of course you've seen Peter there filling up our water tanks.
Well, we'll wrap this episode up here. Next week, we start making our way inland through the South Australian outback and the New South Wales outback. We've still got several more stops to do along the way before we reach our final destination, being the Queensland border. So please join us next week for our final episode of our dash around Australia. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for watching. And see you next week.